this is the one. I checked the window. The lab's lights are on. Huh? Let's see. Is the... Yeah, okay. Part-time warrior comes out of the Bronze Tube workshop with perfect timing. Seems a bit odd. Slower it down. If it isn't Okabe Rintaro, what you got there? You want to know? And I'll tell you. Wait, if you're just going to stand and talk, shouldn't we put the box down first? Yeah. Actually, wait. This will only take a second. Oh, what is it? What if I told you it's an IBN 5100? No way, you found it? Wow, way to go. Way to go, Okabe Rintaro. I wish she stopped calling me by my full name. She's going to do it. She should at least call me Ho and Kyoma. Where is it? It's heavy. Kurishu starts giving in. I'm about at my limit too. Let's put it down. Kurishu and I place it on the ground gently so as to not damage the contents. So, where is it? Yanabanashi Shrine. Yanabanashi Shrine? You mean like a Shinto shrine? Yeah. Why was it there? Then suddenly, Suzuha looks at Kurisu. She gasps, and then approaches Kurisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath. Yes? Makise Kurisu? Yes? For some reason, she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on here? I can't move a muscle, the air's so thick with tension. What is it? Has I done something wrong? Suzuha turns away without looking back, and without looking back disappears into the Bronze Tube workshop. Who is that? Now Kurisu demands answers from me. She works part-time at that store. Why was she glaring at me? How should I know? Maybe you did something to make her angry? I've never seen her before in my life. How rude. Here's who picked a fight with me when we first met too. But that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I got Tara and Mayuri to come down and help us. The four of us carried the IBN 5100 downstairs. Good work, everyone. With this, we can fight. Who are you fighting? Saren, and the system that rules the world. Saren. Oh, hi. Hello, Mr. Manager. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Saren and the system that rules the world. If that's what makes you happy. Happy? I do not desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I am an insane mad scientist. What I desire is chaos. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world. Mwahaha. Never mind happiness. You're like a junkie super secreting beta endorphins. Get back to do a quick workout. Then I'll be back to see how the microphone is doing. Microwave is doing. Microphone is doing. That's a microwave plus a phone. Oh. Yeah, the phone wave. Oh, hang on. I don't think I have it on the hotkeys. Where's my mustache? Hang on. Where's my mustache? I don't see it. Did I delete it on accident? Where is it? Oh, there it is. There you go. Yay, chaos. Oh, whoopsie. Excuse the immersion break. Yes. If only there was a search. Yeah, I did use the search. I didn't see it. I don't know why I didn't see it. Maybe I should yeah, but we have it. It's a little crooked, but I think that adds to the charm. I don't know, it makes it look more fake, because it is a fake mustache. Also, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Scuff is good. Yeah. Yeah, Scuff can be fun. I mean, anything that's like live streamed is gonna be a little bit scuffed. Okay. I don't want you to do bad things, remember? Oh wow, I can't believe you found one. You make the impossible look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we adore. I certainly don't admire him. Eh? 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 For a moment, there was complete silence. It's all thanks to Mayushi. Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Karisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means? Karisu's a nerd. Without Mayushi's info, Okarin would still be lost on the streets of Akiba. Mayuri's right. She did well this time. Anyway, it's time for Mayushi to go home. What about you, Christian? Wanna go together? Thanks, but I'm going to stay here a little longer. Looks like Kirsty's interested in the IBN 5100 and Saren after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet. Okay, but you should go home before it gets too late. Hello, Beck. Hi. See you tomorrow. Toot toot. Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves. Now then, Taro, when do you think we can use the IBN 5100 to hack Saren? Well... Taro talks as he plugs the IBN 5100's power adapter into the wall. He turns on the machine and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise. Oh, it actually turned on. First, I need to learn how to use this thing. It looks like hooking it up is going to be a pain. It might take a while. I can't play with this thing and search... How many hours are we in now? I don't know. We're still on chapter 2. I think we're at least like 3 hours in? I think so. I think we're almost done chapter 2. We'll probably be on chapter 3 for a while, because chapter 3 is a really long chapter. It might take a while. I can't play with this thing and search for the server admin's ID at the same time. Alright. Prioritize the ID search. If possible, I'd like you to get the IBN 5100 ready to use this month, though. There's still 30 days left in this month. It's not gonna take that long. That's my super hacker. Oh, mail. If you find any leads, nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but none of them had an IBN 5100 on display. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, let me know if you find anything, Moeka. Hey, Okabe. What? I look up. Kirsu is glaring at me. What did you just call me? I called you Okabe. You called me Okabe? I take one step towards Karisu, and she takes a step back. Hey, hang on. Let me pull up the chart. There we go. So we can so we know what route we're on. We'll go through like all the endings. But I need to make sure I get all the true ending flags as we go through. Time out. Dara tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Gracie doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hands into fists. She's might be a little scared. Oh, hello Cody, how are you? How was your day? Welcome. Carissa doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip. Oh yeah, I already read that. Good, how's it going? And good, off for the next few days, so it's great off my Xbox playing some video games. That's good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I get to go to the cat shelter tomorrow. I'm really excited. I have to play with the cats. And obviously I still need to help with like the cleaning and stuff, but I still get to take care. I still get to play with them afterwards, which is really nice. Yay. Friend just adopted a cat from the shelter. I say my friend, but he's also my roommate. And we're gonna have him here shortly. I'll send pics in the Discord when he gets here. Might be a week or so, not sure. Yes, please show me cat pictures. I can't have a cat of my own, so I will take pictures. Did you just call me Okabe? I did. Problem? Yes, I'm younger than you. But you insist on calling me ridiculous names like Christina and Zombie, so I don't think I need to show you any respect by adding San. And besides, yeah, cats are so sweet. I mean, there are some cats that have more attitude than others. Like, I'm pretty sure I've talked about the one cat at the shelter that if you go into the room where he's in, like if you go into the room where he's in, he'll block the door and then proceed to hiss and scream. And proceed to hiss and scream at you. Yeah. He just does that. I don't know. Maybe he just hasn't met the right person. You know, there's probably a reason he's like that. Yes, me met some very little cats, but this one's actually very sweet. Yeah. That's not the problem. Normally there's a reason for a really mean kitty. Yeah. Yeah, it's usually not the cat's fault. It's just they had like a lot of bad experiences, and that kind of makes them act like that. If he's able to learn to trust people, I'm sure he'll be a sweet guy. Humans kind of suck half the time, yeah. I'm not Okabe. I'm Ho and Kyoma. How many times do I have to tell you, Christina? Yeah. Hope you guys can be cozy. God, you're so full of yourself. From now on, call me Hoen. That or Kyoma. No. Chrissy snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes? Are you crying? I'm not crying. And cozy, what is this? Research files. I've never heard of this before. I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but maybe a quick rundown? Okay, so basically, we have the main character here, Okabe, or Hoen, you know, whatever. His name is Okabe. Him and his buddies have created a strange machine with a phone attached to a microwave, and somehow we don't know how yet, but somehow we think that may or may not be a time machine. And there is a research facility called Saren that seems to also be researching time travel. So we had our buddy do a little trolling and hack into their servers to figure out to see what's going on there. Are they really researching time travel? Very illegal, probably not something we should be doing, but you know, it's only illegal if you get caught, right? Sounds like a time machine. Thanks so much for explaining catching me up. Very interested? Yeah. Steins Gate is a very interesting visual novel. Yes. I'm really enjoying it. And I definitely wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay? She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems like she was crying after all. Dario, why is my assistant crying? She said so herself just now. All I did was correct her on my name. Maybe she only acts strong but is actually weak on the inside. That would be pretty moe. Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. But I'm thirsty from this day's hard work, so before that I take a fresh Dr. Pee out of the fridge. Hey, aren't you gonna tell me what's going on? I toss the bottle to Kurisu once she turns around. Yep. Kurisu tries to catch it but fails magnificently. She picks up the bottle off the floor, then shoots me a glare. I'll explain that in a second. Drink that while you wait. Gee, thanks. I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. Let's do that. Oop. Or not. He ended up being no help at all, but I suppose I can't just say nothing. got the goods. Over. I send a as concise a message as possible. Now then. I turn back to Karisu, but the reply comes before I can open my mouth. The goods? You found an IBN 5100? Gimme, Moeka. Give me? What nonsense is this? Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. I send that. Another instant reply. Let me borrow it, Moeka. It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. She'll disappear, and I'll never see the IBN 5100 again. A small raid? Got me on the big screen? Aww. Oh, am I that interesting to be on the big screen? I feel like I'm small second monitor content. Yeah, I know, but like, you know. No borrowing. No borrowing either. You can come over to our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. I added the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come. Sorry for the wait, Christina. I look up and see Karisu drinking the Dr. P. Oh? You're a fan of the doc, I see. Sorry to interrupt. Are you doing okay now? I know you weren't so well the other day. Yeah, I was a little too hard on myself. As I often am, but I think I'm okay now. Sorry if I worried anyone. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay now. I've lived 7 years in its birthplace after all. Excellent. We'll make great drinking buddies. I'm a minor. That's not what I meant. I meant Dr. P drinking buddies. Is that all you drank? Mercer shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so I explained how Dara and I hacked into Saren, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years. I'm gonna make myself cry. I do worry about you, honestly, because when Teddy posts things about you not doing well, I do definitely worry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't want to make people worry about me. I really need to like get my shit together. I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's still I just want to be better. And how they've successfully created mini black holes. And how it looks like they're researching time travel. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just want to be better. Yes. And also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kirsty's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story. Saren is acting strange, but how's the IBN 5100 involved? Saren's database uses an IBN 5100. So? The only way to decrypt that database is to use an IBM 5100 of our own. How do you know that? I have my sources. I don't drop Tyder's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Chrissy puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought. Setting the IBN 5100 and such aside. I want to see proof of that Saren's really doing that sort of research. True, we didn't get any definite proof of Saren's time travel research last time we hacked them. Daru, how much longer to find the server admin's account? Actually, I was just thinking about doing that. Shouldn't take more than half a day, I guess. There you go. I'll wait till then. You'll wait? It's already getting dark. Why don't you go home for tonight and come back tomorrow morning? No thanks, I'll wait. I want to know as soon as possible, even if it's even a microsecond sooner. That's the spirit. You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help but want to know what lies at the heart of Saren. If what you guys are saying is true, then this isn't something to joke about. CERN is the world's top research institution. CERN is the world's top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without publishing their results, they're making fools of scientists the world over. That's only if it's true, though. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us. Anyway, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the IBM 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kursu follows. Can you show me the phone wave? Indeed I can. Want to experiment? You haven't been able to send another email to the past yet, right? Do you know why? I can only shake my head. Let's run some tests. Kirsha looks around the development room. Man, you have a ton of junk. It's not junk. Since you're new to the Future Gadget Library, I'll explain. These are the glorious fruits of our science. The future gadgets. Future gadgets 1 through 7 are stored here. The phone wave, with which you are already familiar, is gadget number 8. Future gadgets, huh? Ursu casually picks future gadget number 4, Mode Snake up from the shelf and stares at it. Hey, isn't this a weapon? Future gadget number 4, Mode Snakes. Designed after a Claymore landmine, is an instant humidifier. How confusing. Oh, thank you for the raid. Oh, Wolf, thank you. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome, raiders. Boop. Hello, I'm Koala Mai. VTuber, ASMR artist, visual novel hoarder. Yes, hi. And welcome back, Mr. Manager. Okay. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Where was I? Yes. So it's junk. I thought so. Christian sighs and returns the mode snake to the south. I appreciate it, thank you. Thanks you for sharing your community with me, Wolf. I'm borrowing this. Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Oh. Just not right without a lab coat. Yes. Yeah, someone did the mustache redeem. Overcome with emotion, I seize Krishu's hands. Yeah, I like it. I like it too. It's silly. Yeah, nice. Yes, hi, hello. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Thanks for becoming a pack rabbit. Welcome. Overcome with emotion, I seize. Hello, hi, welcome. I overcome with emotion. I seize Kurisu's hands and grasp it firmly. Firmly grasp it. Hey! Yeah, to hang out with Coast, he's amazing. Yeah, I try to be. I try to be and at least a little bit interesting. Firmly grasp it. Assistant, you get it, don't you? Get what? If you're gonna do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Daru over and over, but he won't wear one. Thank you for liking. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. I knew you were meant from this, Kusina. You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask for. Thanks for the hydrate. Patrick is iconic. I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hands and turns her back to me. I'm giving you that lab coat to commemorate your joining the lab. Don't worry, it's never been worn. Or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Daru not wearing it was just another inevitability. This is the choice of Steins. Set up so we can start with the experiment. Karishia thrusts both her hands into her lab coat's pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. Keep her the head pat. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that'll happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon. So unfortunately, we have to leave it on the floor for now. So you haven't tampered with the microwave at all? I point to the X6800. There's code on the screen. It's in terminal mode now. We can change the factory settings like this, make the microwave do things the manufacturer never intended. How was it set when the discharge phenomenon occurred? Nothing out of the ordinary. It was at factory settings. I'll take a banana. The bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left. Those are Mayuri's. Oh, so I don't need your permission. Then I'll go buy more bananas tomorrow. Karishia takes 1 banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave named subject to change. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send, and the phone wave named subject to change begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings. Nothing happened. Banana's still in the microwave, unjellified. Oh. Karishia yaps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers. It's hot. Meaning the microwave functioned normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Karishia throws a new banana and once again begins a reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. We can't produce the jellification phenomenon, which much less send a mail to the past. What does this mean? Guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all. I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the case. I agree. We agree for once. But Karissa's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave named subject to change is in fact a time machine. In the previous experiment, after spending 120 seconds in the phone wave named subject to change, the banana teleported back to the bunch jellified. We should consider that it returned to its state 120 seconds before. Wrong. If it returned to its state 120 seconds before, it wouldn't have been jellified. She wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time. The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying. That logic is dubious. Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have jellified first? No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the refrozen chicken. Salt didn't jellify. You mean nothing changed? After the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, radishes, rice, konjac, melon bread, crunchy kun, and cup noodles. Nothing happened. The same thing with liquids. On that day, our success rate took a 180-degree turn. Before the discharge phenomenon, everything succeeded. After the discharge phenomenon, everything failed. Is the microwave storing electricity? You said that jellified objects became fractal structured, right? Salt is a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. But how could electricity be related? Here, I think we should think under the assumptions of time travel theory. No, it's not good to start thinking from the conclusion. We've already had several successful experiments. You can't deny that. I'm not especially concerned whether this thing is a time machine or not. To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Chrisu frowns deeply. We can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon, nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. How big was the Big Bang? At least 4 centimeters. Like at least like 4 centimeters, yeah. We haven't changed our methods. We haven't changed the settings. We haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable. Maybe it's the one who observes it? What do you mean by that? Quantum theory, the observer is an important element to the experiment. There are 4 of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, but before that it occurred when Hashita-san was alone. Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. You and I each saw both phenomena. In other words, the conditions haven't changed. In that case... There must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach. Hungry? Shut up, I haven't eaten anything since lunch. Kurisu turns away and looks at her watch. It's already 8? Just eat a banana. But only one of the 2 we just warmed. They are, after all, the fruit of our experiments. Or you could take something from our stock of cup noodles. Don't want any? Well, since you've lived in America for so long, I guess you prefer fast food instead. Cup noodles. What? I'll have cup noodles. Cup noodles? What flavors? There's soy sauce flavor and chicken flavor. Chicken. She seems in the mood to eat. Also, do you have a fork? Since she's lived in America for so long, she's probably wouldn't be using chopsticks. It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Dara didn't want any. Ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave, name subject to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X6800. The problems Daria wrote are all wizard class though, so I don't understand most of them. Chrissy's been experimenting the AC adapter in the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning, but she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she has plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Mayuri has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Dara and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs. Christina, is it okay to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family. No need. Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Chris returns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in years. I haven't seen my father in 7 years, and my mother is in America. I'm living in a hotel right now, understand? What? Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity. If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochanomizu. Ochanomizu? Then you can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So, tell me about your father. Oh? Me lore dumping? Sorry?
7年会っていないと言ったな。
You said you haven't seen him in 7 years?
なんであんたが私の父親に興味持つのよ。
Why do you care about my father?
お前がこれ見よがしに父親のことを口にしたのではないか。
What?
それはつまり父親の件について相談に乗ってくださいお願いしますというメッセージだろう。
You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please?
そんなわけあるか。
You're crazy.
よかろう。お前は俺の助手。
You are my assistant, and I can't let my assistant have any worries. So, tell me everything that's on your mind.
張り切って話すがいい。
Lucy pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall.
どうした？
What's wrong?
あんたに話すことなんて何もない。
I have nothing to say to you.
そうか、わかった。
Oh, I know.
お前の父親はもともとは英雄だったが、やがてその身を悪に染め、今や帝国の幹部として黒マスクと黒マントを身につけ、広報言っているのだな。そして将来的に親子で戦う運命に。
Your father was a hero and then he fell into evil and now he wears a black mask and a cape and goes heh heh heh. And in the future you two are destined to fight and... I think I heard Karisu's teeth grind.
もしかしてすごく怒っているか？
You're really mad at me, aren't you?
人の家族の問題を。
Don't make fun. Karisu doesn't look me in the eyes, but her low voice tells me how mad she is.
そうやって茶化さないで。
Of people's families issues like that,
私の心に土足
you're
で。
trampling on my heart. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Maybe I should apologize. I try to think of the words, but before I can say anything... Hell yeah! I hear Darius' war cries echoes through the lab.
誰？やったのか？
Did you get it?
ミッションコンプリート。
Mission complete. Darius shows his white teeth with a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up.
サーバー管理者の ID とパスを手に入れたぜ。
I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want.
IBN 5100が使われている方のデータ。
And the IBN 5100 database? That's separate. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it.
所長クラス以上の役職など存在するのか？
There are positions higher than that? There's something called the Saren Executive Council. So they call it a council, eh? What about it?
ラスボスとしてのネーミングに決まっているだろう。
It's a fitting name for our enemy. Karisu looks at me coldly. However, let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day.
ダル、早速タイムトラベル理論についての情報。
When it search for data on time travel search.
オキドキ。前に調べた時。
Okie dokie. That said program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it?
それとゼリーマンズレポートだ。
That and the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Karisu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared.
とくと見ておくがいい。
Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. You hear the Danganronpa
世界へ
news?
の欺瞞という現実をな。
Yeah, Chris told me. He says there's apparently a new game. I'll play it. Yeah, I'll play it when it comes out, definitely. If it's like new stuff. Yeah, apparently they're making another one. I don't know the details though. I don't know if it's like a remake or like a new game. Nagito is holding you by your shoulder and saying, "Nah, you aren't done." I mean, I always do say that Danganronpa 2 is the best one in the series. It's very good. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. The proof of Saren's actions is deceit upon the world. Yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? It's a very important post. Right now we're peeking inside his computer. Yeah, 2 is my favorite too. Definitely, the story was very good. It had the best cast, I would say. It was good. I have mixed feelings about Danganronpa 3. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't know. The way the second game ended, I don't know. I would be perfectly happy if they never made a third one. Z program. Z obviously stands for Zelly.
ゼリーは J よ J-E-L-L-Y
Jelly starts with J, J-E-L-L-Y. Careless miss, so uncool. Infinite Danganronpa and I'm happy. Yeah? What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it. He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads, Z program, top secret. The program began in 1973. When was Saren formed? 1954. I asked Daria, but Kurusu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought maybe Saren was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBN put on market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBN 5100 was central to Saren's operations. The years match after all. No, that's wrong. Can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBN hid their proprietary programming language in the IBN 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in Saren's Z program. IBN and Saren are co-conspirators. Both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. Ugh, a JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint. The text isn't in French. What's on screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though. Saren's purpose for heading to the 21st Saren's purpose heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of the past and future events. What? Kurisu suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip. Alright, Maki says she can do English. Way to go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fantasy world. Dairy relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designated the Z program. Z like the Greek omega or the Cyrillic Ya. It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek it in significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders. Like electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for top priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed by Saren shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Kurisu is reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Dairy types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window. Here. This can't be. Kurisu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform space-time displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton-proton collision. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel? I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly went over to the window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way, is this true? You're telling me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected. A great shadow lurks behind Saren, most likely the organization, or one of its puppets. What organization, you Chinibyo nutjob? At least try to be serious some of the time. Oh my gosh, hi! Hi Ghosty, how are you doing? It's been a while, how are you? Hope you're doing well, hi. It's been a while. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in the truth. Oh. Do you not recognize me because of the mustache? There I am. Here I am. Who's this handsome gentleman? Oh. Who is this? Now I'm back. Now I'm gone again. Figuring out this shape. Hi Hazen, how are you? How you doing? I'm figuring out this safe I brought. I forgot the password for it and locked my phone inside. That sounds like something I would do. Why is the chat so tiny? I'll let you know. It's safe. It's very effective. I mean, it's doing its job. Horrors persist, so do you. Let's go. I mean, it's doing its job. It's locking. It's keeping the stuff locked. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. The committee of 300. Why is YouTube chat not showing? Yes. Okay, it is. Okay. Alright. I don't think they mean Saren's executive council. What are they talking about? The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Okarin. I am listening. Alright. Yeah. I'll give Chad a kiss. Mwah. I am listening. The Committee of 300 is the dark power that consists of controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. You're making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. Technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history. Literally. As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with powers will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is not but a joke to those who would stand with the gods. Understand, Christina? Wow, that was quite a speech. I could go to time travel. I go back to the 2000, eat more Zed burgers from sellers. Yeah. I want the lottery numbers or Bitcoin. Yeah. Wow, that was quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoenn Kyouma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods. The collapse of their hateful system, and a glorious new age of chaos. Mwahaha. Bitcoin would buy many Zed burgers. Them things were good. Yeah. I'm not asking Hoenn, I'm asking Okabe. I am Hoenn. I think Okabe would would love to be a VTuber. Absolutely. Just really just I'm not asking your alter. I'm not asking your OC. I am Owen.
つまり自分を
Sin City was a mafia.
Yeah. I hope that wasn't too loud. In other words, you don't have. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant! How dare you attack my very identity?
そんなことよりマキセ氏
Forget about him, Makiseshi. Please keep reading.
ダル
Daru, what do you mean forget about me? If Okabe was a VTuber, you think he'd be indie or corpo? Probably corpo. No, he'd be indie. He's a bit too much of a loose cannon to be corpo.
陰謀論は聞き飽きたおオカリンのも
My Yuri could be a corpo VTuber though. I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than in your delusion. Mans would be having Twitch streams on Twitch about John Titor. John Titor, the Illuminati. Hey, Colo. I mean, I could try. Oh, an hour? Am I gonna be streaming for an hour? Whatever. Hello. Well, what does that maid voice even sound like? Alright, I'll try to find it while I read. I told you, they're not delusions. And they're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as Theron.
ジョッシュ続きを
Continue, assistant.
頼み事するときぐらい誠意を見せろよ
At least show some respect when you're asking for a favor. Though huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating.
と プログラム第一段階大型ハドロン衝突型加速器の
Stage 1. Construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider.
加速器については
Over the past half-century, beginning with the proton synchronization, synchrotron, completed in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained.
プログラム第二段階
Stage 2.
リフターの
Implementation and testing of lifter technology.
これにより2つ以上の人
The formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities,
カーブラック
as well as the formation of the Kerr black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete.
なお
In order to hide the program's true goal, It is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes.
悟られぬようにすることがプログラムの第3段階
Stage 3. Animal experimentation.
プログラム第4
Stage 4. Rishi stops talking. She takes a deep breath, then finally mutters angrily.
人体実験
Human experimentation.
マジで
For real? Where's the for real count? Oh, wait. Wrong game. A chill runs up my spine. I admit it, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves have succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought maybe we could beat CERN on to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Krisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this?
なあオカリン、前にハッキングした時のこと覚えてるか？確か盗み読みしたメールに書いてあったよね。
That feeling when the LARP gets real and hits the fan. Yes. Yeah, we're finding out. Indeed, yes, we're finding out. We've messed around and now we're finding out. Surely nothing bad will happen, right? What's the worst that could happen? On the noise suppression. Yes. That was my actual fan. Hey, Okarin, remember when we hacked in before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this.
実験結果エラー、Human is dead ミスマッチ。詳細は
Results.
ベリー
Error.
レポートを何
Human
度
is
も
dead. Mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report. It's not like CERN would ever do anything bad at all if they found out a team of Japanese teenagers, not totally hacked into their servers, but also made a functional time machine. I mean, the fact that a group of Japanese teenagers were able to hack into CERN servers to begin with, at that point, I think they should, I think that says more about them. Instead of causing trouble for them, they should look into, be like, where did we go wrong? Classic anime stuff, of course, yes. Someone died?
それって人体実験と
Could that have something to do
関係
with
あんのかな？
human experimentation? My throat grows dry. A cold sweat sweeps through my brow. It's not because of the heat. Kursu and Daru are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, but can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy?
誰？
Daru,
ゼリーマンズレポート
look up the
探し
Jellyman's report.
マジっすか？
Really?
マジだ。
Really?
ただし、
But first, Christina,
お前はもう帰れ。
you should leave.
なんで今さら
Why are you setting like
ゼリーマンズレポート。
the Shelly Man's report.
嫌な予感がする。
It just gives me a bad feeling.
俺たち
Once we
は
see
普
it,
通の生活に
we can
戻
no
れない。
longer return to our normal lives.
お前はその若さで
You're a
サイエン
genius.
ス誌に論文
You're
が出
already
てください。
published. You're already published for
有名
crying
な
out
人を
loud.
捨てる必要はない。
There's no need to throw away your promising future.
もしかして心配してくれてる？
Are you worried about me?
当たり前だ。
Of course I am.
お前は
You are my assistant
俺
after
の
all.
助手だからな。
助手じゃないって言ってんだろ。
Keep telling you I am not your assistant.
気遣ってくれてどうも。
Thanks for your
で
concern,
も
but
帰らないわよ。
I'm not
こ
leaving.
の事実を世
We
界に
need to expose this truth to the world.
ダメだ。
No, it's too dangerous.
ビビってるのか？
Are you checking out?
俺たちはこの
We're
インフルエン
powerless
ザ
against
から
this
あまりにも
conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us all erased.
消される。
でもだからって
But still,
これは遊びではない。冗談で言っているのでもない。
Kursu is based for not turning tail and running? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people would probably look at that and say, well, this isn't any of my business. Fine, I won't tell anyone. Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree, she finally submits.
でも帰らないから気になって眠れない。
But I'm not leaving, it'll keep me awake at night.
後悔しないな。
You won't regret this.
しない。
I won't. She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit, or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. This isn't a little whoopsie daisy we've done and hacked into the school network and now we're suspended. It's this literal life or death. And she's like, nah, we're in this together now. I mean, she did look into... She did decide to read the documents with them too, so... It doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down.
ダルはどうする？覚悟
What about you, Daru? Prepared?
ま、僕はスーパーハッカーだし。
Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation.
そもそも足がつくようなヘマもしないっつうか。
And with my skills, they'll never know they'll never know we were here. That settles it. It's good that Mayuri's not here. I can't let her get involved. I look Daru and Kurisu in the eye.
よし、
Alright,
始めよう。
let's begin. Kurisu gives the seat to Daru.
なお、本作戦名はレーギャルンの箱とする。
Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Langenhorn's Chest.
なんで北欧神話？
Why North mythology?
へえ、北欧神話なん？人かっこいいからじゃね？
Regular Friday night for me. I was talking to the CA last night. Did you know they're keeping E80 on ice in Area 51? It wouldn't surprise me if Daru did know that.
そもそも作戦名とか言っちゃう男の人って。
Anyway, what is it with men in military terms?
ダル、
Daru,
作戦開始。
begin the operation. He soon finds the Jellyman's report. It required a second password authentication, which Star broke through easily.
いい開くぞ
Ready? I'm opening it. Dara looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Dara wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then mildly presses the enter key. And timidly presses the enter key, rather. The file opens. Yeah. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has a name, age, weight, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached, like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman in Jellyman's report means.
ジェリーマンズレポート10
Jellyman's report 10.
被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー31歳
Subject James McCarthy, age 31, American.
Z プログラム
Z program stage 4.
4
Date of experiment 2005, January 28th. T1305. Since you tasted the gel nano? I guess so. Mayuri's eaten one too, so Mayuri knows what they taste like too. Long port jelly. Yeah. Kurisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the documents out loud.
実験結果エラー Human is dead ミスマッチ
Results. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch.
またそれかよ
That again.
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内
It is believed that due to to the infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure the passage through the singularity inside the curved black hole.
1921年4月
April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. It sounds like Kurisu is reading the newspaper article at the end. Oh, so this is... So... They did the experiment in 2005. And then 1921 is where they sent him to. I'm guessing. And it didn't go very well. Also, well, I guess assuming that they know what happened, or how did they have a way to bring them back if they did survive, or would they just be like, yeah, they have, I think he's like, yeah, the rest of him is like in the wall. I think that's what happened. But like, assuming he did survive, did they have a way to bring him back, or would he just be stuck living in the 1920s?
身元不明の男の死体は
The man's body
全身がブヨブヨ
was completely jellified. Chapter 3, Butterfly Effects Divergence. Alright. We'll finish reading these, and then I think that's a good spot to end the stream. Yee. The ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed, and the lab is silent but from the humming of the computer. We stare at the gruesome image displayed in the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expect guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked.
なんだこれ。
What's going on here? Dara breaks the silence with a disbelieving whisper.
ゼリーマンってゲル化したってこと？
They jellified someone? Upon hearing the familiar word jellified, I reflectively look at the bunch of bananas next to the computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I don't think this is a mere coincidence. The jellified banana is produced by the phone wave, named subject to change, and the jellified corpse is produced by Saren's experiments. They seem identical in nature.
人体実験か。
They're experimenting on people. Gersu speaks calmly despite her grim expression. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image.
しかも完全ではないけどタイムトラベルを成功させてるってことになるわね。これ。
And this means they've created a time machine, doesn't it? Even if it's not perfect. I'm still in shock, so I don't quite grasp the meaning of Gersu's words.
この新聞記事1921年のニューヨークタイムズよ。
This New York Times article is from 1921.
およそ90年前。
90 years ago.
見て。
Look. Gersu points to part of the black and white photograph. Her fingers shaking slightly. The jellified corpse of a man. She's pointing to his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused into the jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it.
セル。
Saren.
つまりセルンは LHC を使ったタイムトラベル実験で人間を1921年へと送り込んだ？
Oh, whoops, I missed that. I didn't read that. Whoopsies. Looks like they failed to keep him alive, though.
ゼリーマンズレポートはこれだけか。
Is this the only report?
いや、まだ
No,
ある。
there's more. Looks like 14 people in total.
もしもゼリーマンという
More jellymen?
ゲル化した人間を
That means more jellified people.
その数だけ
More victims of human experimentation.
ということか。
I swallowed hard. I'm awfully thirsty. I take a cold Dr. Pee out of the fridge and wet my throat.
他のも見せてくれ。
Show me the others. Dara pulls up another report. What if I turn into jelly and I'm strawberry banana flavored? Yeah? The bananas turned green. I'm not sure what color the jelly man here turned into, though. Without being told, Kursu begins translating out loud.
ゼリーマンズレポート9
Jellyman's Report 9.
被験者ダン・ストレイスキ26歳出身カナダ
Subject Dan Straitsky, age 26, Canadian.
Z プログラム4
Z Program 4. Date of experiment 2004, September 6. Time 1410.
実験結果エラー
Results Error.
ヒューマンイズデッド
Human is dead.
ミスマッチ
Mismatch.
新聞記事の切り抜きの方はこれフランス語ね
The newspaper clipping. I think it's in French. I can't read it.
2001年の1月
You
31
can read the date though.
というのは読み
January 31st, 2001.
場所は
The location is
フォーかな
France, I guess. 2001. That's fairly recent. A pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. Yeah. It's always like that in Japanese media when they do Western names. Kind of like, but like, kind of like for like Death Note. The reason why all of the names in Death Note were like kind of silly is because the author said that he didn't want to accidentally like put a real name there, and he didn't want people to get freaked out. That's why all like the English names that like writes in the Death Note are so dumb. Dara pulls up a machine translation, giving us the following. January 31st, 2001. Collapsed male corpse discovered in forest outside Paul, France. Its left foot was fused to a tree trunk. The body had jellified. Dara goes to the next report. Jellyman's Report 8. Subject: Linda Hill, age 25, British. Z Program 4. Date of experiment: 2004, February 15th. Time: 13:45. Result: error. Human is dead. Mismatch. October 2nd, 1972. The jellified body of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dharmapuri in Tamil Nadu, India. There were signs that the body had been run over by a car. Dara goes to the next page. Jellyman's Report 7. Subjects: Michael Lang, 33, German. Z Program 4. Date of experiment: 2002, October 8th. October 8th, 13:20. Time: 13:28. Results: error. Human is dead. Mismatch. The article clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. May 24th, 1936. The corpse of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Hiei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. It even happened in Japan. I've never heard of this story before. It was pre-war though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have no way of knowing about it. Next page. The picture shows a beach, a beautiful one. Beach, beautiful, but for the jellyfish-like body laying in the sand. It must have washed ashore. Jellyman's Report 6. Subject: Mark Hughes, age 30, American. Z Program 4. Date of experiment: 2002. August 23rd. Time: 12:52. Result: error. Human is dead. Mismatch. On July 1st, 1985, a strange body washed ashore on the coast of Sturmarforlo Islands. It appeared to be the body of an adult male, but its flesh was soft like that of a jellyfish. Some of the island's inhabitants believed that it was the body of a merman. The inscription Saren was found near the body's shoulder, but Saren denies any involvement. A likely story. Keep looking.
もう十分だ。
I've seen enough. There are 14 of these people.
発見場所が世界中に散らばっている。この結果からどんな解が導き出せる
The sites are spread throughout the world. What can we deduce from this?
その場所へ送り込もうとしたのだろう。
They must have sent them to those places.
そうは思えない。
I don't think so. It's too random.
カーブラックホールが得意点をどうたらってあったけど、
There was something about curved black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the cause? Well, it's like the Earth is always moving. So, if you go to the past, if you go 90 years in the past, the Earth is not gonna be in the same spot as it was 90 years ago.
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の得意点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる。
It is believed that due to the infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the curved black hole singularity.
そう書いてあった。
That's what it said.
カーブラックホールって
What's a curved black hole?
ブラックホールと何
Is it different from a regular black hole?
理論上存在を予言されているブラック
It's a
ホール
theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity. Their existence hasn't been proven yet. Not that there's any way to prove one exists. Curved black hole. Where have I heard that term before?
そうか。ジョン・タイター。
That's right, John Titor. Titor said his time machine used curved black holes.
タイターはこう言っていた。2034年にセルンによってタイムマシン開発は成功したと。そしてタイター自身は2036年からやってきたと。
According to Titor, CERN finished their time machine in 2034, and then Titor himself came from 2036. It makes sense for Titor and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. Chrisu closes her eyes, deep in thought.
カーブラックホールを作るなんてそんなのむちゃくちゃよ。下手したら地球ごと飲み込まれかねないような行為よ。そもそも
Raiding curved black holes? That's insane. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth, and besides, curved black holes are just a theoretical construct.
タイターの予言は現実で
If Titor's predictions are a reality, then that means the LHC worst case scenario video
ほぼ事実
on YouTube was right.
という。
タイターの予言は知らんけど、ミューツベで問題の動画見たことある。2、3年前に話題になってたよな。
I don't know about Titor's predictions, but I've seen the problem video before. It was on the news 2 or 3 years ago.
ブラックホール内部は尋常じゃない重力なの。そこを通れば確かに時間移動は可能かもしれないけど、生身の人間が通り抜けられるわけがない。
The gravitational forces inside a black hole are unbelievably powerful. It's certainly possible that passing through one would allow time displacement, but there's no way a human could do that and come out alive.
だからこそゼリーマン化しているというべきだろう。
That must be how these people got jellified.
ゼリーマンどころか素粒子レベルまで分解される。それがブラックホール。
It wouldn't just jellify you, it would tear you apart particle from particle. That's what a black hole does.
議論するよりタイムマシンについての資料を漁った方が早いんじゃね？
Before we discuss this, shouldn't we look through the rest of their time travel research? There's already started pulling up new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Didn't they say when they put the gel nada under the microscope that it had been torn apart particle by particle? It did. Yeah, they did say that. Like it's very like molecular structure was like completely like destroyed. Is it okay to keep hacking Saren like this? Probably not, but we're already here, so... Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. But at the same time, irresistible curiosity wells up inside me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know that it's true. I can't stop now.
あった Z プログラムの中にタイムトラベル理論について解説してるファイルがある
At this point, it's already damage done. They're not going to care if we only looked at one file or in all of them. Yeah. Might as well look at all of them then. There we go. There's a file in the Z program that explains time travel theory.
随分あっさり見つかるわね
It was pretty easy to find.
セルにしては脇が
Saren should have better security.
セルンが甘いんじゃなくて僕がすごいっつうか
My security is fine. I'm just too good.
ダルは俺のマイフェイバリットライ
Darren is my favorite right arm.
スーパーハッカーだっけ
I thought he was a super hacker.
ハッカ
Hacker.
それでクリスティーナ
So,
なんと書いてある
what does it say? So, what does it say, Christina? This is in English too, so I have no choice but to rely on my assistant.
ちょっと読む時間くれない
Can you give me some time to read it? Chrissy's eyes start left and right across the lines. Her earlier reluctance has vanished. It looks like she's as curious as I am. No way, this is...
タイターって何者なのよ
Is Taito really...
何をブツブツ言っている何が書かれて
What are you muttering about? Tell me what it says. Oh, right.
なんかはめられたような気がしてない
You know, it feels like one big joke.
どういう意味だ
What do you mean?
ほぼ一緒なのよジョン・タイターが語った理論の内容と
It's almost the same as... It's almost the same as Taito's theory.
ざっと説明すると
Basically,
LHC によって陽子を高速の 99.99999991%
the LHC smashes protons together at 99.99991% the speed of light.
そうすると
By doing so, they compress a mass of 10 to the power of negative 24 kilograms into an extremely tiny space of 10 to the power of negative 19 meters.
日本語で OK 産業で
In Japanese, please. 3 lines max.
すごく狭い場所
A small mass
すごく小さい質量
thrust into a narrow space
無理やりねじ込む
with great force. That explanation's too vague.
その説明はエロすぎだろジョ
That
ン
explanation's too erotic.
はどこが
What part of it is erotic? Ashida, you pervert.
そういうマキセ氏もなかなかの妄想能力の高さじゃね
Sounds like you have a pretty good imagination yourself.
一緒にすんな
Not like you. Her blushing cheeks make her denial less than effective.
アホは相手にするなクリスティーナ
Don't listen to this fool, Christina. Continue. What were we talking about?
無理やりねじ込む話
Thrusting with great force.
陽子の圧縮の話
Proton compression.
その圧縮が
Alright.
成功すると
Successful profession generates a microsingularity, which...
ミクロ得意点
A microsingularity?
ブラックホールじゃなくて
Not a mini black hole?
意味はほとんど同じだ
No, of Darwin.
得意点はいわば
Yeah,
ブラックホールの中心
they're a good duo. Same thing, essentially. A singularity is the core of a black hole.
このミクロ得意点
This
が二つある
this
ブラックホール
process generates a black hole with 2 microsingularities. A black hole with 2 cores? Like a cowlick with 2 hairs? No, I don't think that's it.
擬人化希望
explain with cute girls.
はいはい。
Okay, fine.
ミキちゃんとクロちゃんでいいか？
Let's say there are two cute girls, Miki-chan and Kuro-chan. It's a toss-off on who gets the brain cell in any situation. Yeah, pretty much. Sisters are my.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは電子を与えると自由に操れるようになるのよ。
By feeding Miki-chan and Kuro-chan electrons, you can make them do whatever you want.
電気ショックで拷問か。それなんてエロゲ？
Electric shock torture? This is some sort of eroge. No, okay.
操作できるようになった。
So you can force them to rotate at an extremely high velocity,
すると理論的に
and then
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは
theoretically, Miki-chan and Kuro-chan transform into magical girls, ring singularity.
変身バンクですね。わかります。
Cue stock transformation scene. Got it. Well, looks like these two have found a common wavelength.
これでカーブラックホール効果が生まれること
The
に
resulting black hole exhibits what's called the Kerr effect.
そもそもカーブラックホールって何ぞ？さっき回転
What are Kerr black holes anyway? You said they spin, but what does that mean?
そのままの意味。
Exactly what it sounds like.
でもブラックホールって普通回転してんじゃね？穴に向かって渦巻いてるじゃん。
But don't black holes usually spin? I mean, there's a wormhole around the hole, right?
その回転してるように見える部分はブラックホールに吸い込まれつつある周囲の物質でしかない。
The part that looks like it's spinning is just the surrounding matter being sucked into the black hole.
普通のブラックホールは超質量により重力崩壊を起こした中心点があるだけ。そこに向かってあらゆるものが落ちていってるの。
A black hole is just a point where extreme mass causes gravitational collapse. Everything falls towards it.
それは点っていうぐらいだから回転はしてない。
Since it's only a point, it doesn't spin.
一方のカーブラックホールはさっき言った通り中心が点じゃなくてリング状なのよ。
A Kerr black hole has a ring at its center, not a point.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは普通の人間ではありえないことに魔法を少女化すると心臓が体内でぐるぐるとリング状に回転してるって考えて。
Think of it like this. Once transformed into magical girls, Miki-chan and Kuro-chan's hearts spin like a ring inside their bodies, which is impossible for normal people.
グロは勘弁だお。
I'll pass on the Guro.
助手よ。お前はさっきこう
Before, you said that such a black...
カーブラッ
You
クホール
said...
は実在したとしても
Before, you said that such a black hole's existence would be impossible to prove.
それはどういう意味だ？
What did you mean?
ブラックホールにはイベントホライゾンというものがある。
A black hole has what's called an event horizon.
この内側に入ると時間と空間の役割が入れ替わってしまうわけで。
Once you pass the event horizon, time and space switch places.
時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる。
Time and space switch places?
私たちは今空間を自由に移動できるけど時間を1分過去に戻すことはできない。それが入れ
Right
替わ
now, we can move freely through space and into the future, but we can't move even 1 second into the past. That becomes reversed.
イベントホライゾンの向こう側だと空間の移動は不可能になる。
Hello, Jay.
時間を移動可能になる。
Yes, I have been having a good night. How are you? On the other side of the event horizon, moving freely through space becomes impossible, while moving freely through time becomes possible. Oh, that's good. I hope you're having a nice night. I can't even imagine what that's like.
空間の移動が不可能だからブラックホールからの再脱出はできないと言える。
Since unrestricted spatial movement is impossible, you can never escape a black hole.
例えば岡部がブラックホールに突入した場合に体験するのは永遠に引き伸ばされた時間なの。
For example, if Okabe jumped into a black hole, time for him would stretch to infinity.
光が再脱出不可能ということは
Since light cannot escape, human eyes cannot see the other side of the event horizon.
観測も証明も不可能。
Observing a black hole from outside becomes impossible, so nothing about the inside can be proven.
ただし例外もある。タイムトラベルにカーブラックホールを使う場合、この例外こそが重要なのよ。
There is an exception, however. This exception is vital when you use a curved black hole for time travel. I'm happy now that I got home and get to enjoy the stream. That's great. I'm happy that you're here.
もったいぶらずに教えてもらおうか。
Get to the point.
カーブラックホールは得意点。中心が回転してるわけだから、架空
Curved black holes ring singularity. Since it's spinning, it has angular momentum.
だから日本語でオケだって。
Thank you for the head pat. Why is it not working? Oh wait. Wrong button. There you go. Every toggle. Like I said, in Japanese, please.
中心点が回転してるってさっき説明したでしょ。その回転運動量って思えばいい。
And I already explained how the core spins. Just think of that as having momentum.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんに電子を
If you keep giving Mik-chan and Kuro-chan electrons, they'll rotate faster and faster.
カーブラックホールの特徴は架空運動量が質量を上回るとイベント
And then, when their angular momentum reaches a certain threshold, the event horizon will disappear, and the singularity will become a naked singularity.
裸だと魔法少女のコスチュームは
Naked? You mean the magical girl costumes expose a lot of skin, right? When does the anime adaptation air? First, you and I ignore Darius' nonsense.
裸になることで観測不可能だったものが観測可能になるわけか。
Naked, you mean it becomes observable.
イベントホライゾンがなくなることで時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる必要はなくなった。裸の得意点に向けてその入れ替わりを回避して
Daru would absolutely love VTubers 1000%. More waifus for his harem. Oh my gosh, Ferris would also be a VTuber too. When the event horizon disappears, there's more reason for time and space to change places, meaning that you can enter a naked singularity without being trapped. Yeah, she would absolutely would be.
そして裸の得意点の存在は一般相対性理論と因果率を破綻させるわ。
And then the existence of the naked singularity allows for the principle of casualty to be violated and the general theory of relativity to fail.
宇宙の法則が乱れるのよ。
Laws of physics are broken,
そんなもの存在できるのか。
and such a thing exists. The negation of the theory of relativity and the principle of casualty means serious paradoxes can occur. Didn't Karishu say that earlier?
これまでも存在する可能性は高いと予測されていた。
Nothing in principle stops curved black holes from existing. It seems non-existent, but the maths never lies.
因果率が破綻してるわけだから、その裸の得意点に突入すれば、過去は
Since the principle of casualty fails, it would be impossible to travel to the past by entering a naked singularity. John Titor said the same thing, so Titor's time machine is using Saren's technology. But Titor's time machine was compact, small enough to fit into a car. Good night, Mr. Manager. Sleep well. The LHC is 27 kilometers long, but they managed to get that down to travel size in just 24 years.
わからないのは得意点に電子を注入する部分ね。
One thing I don't understand is how they inject electrons into the singularity.
見て、この LHC の写真だけど、陽子衝突地点に妙な機器が設置されてる。
Look, this is a picture of the LHC, but there's a strange equipment installed at the proton collision site.
リフターっていう名前で呼ばれてるみたいだけど、一体何のことだか。
It looks like they call it a lifter, but just what is it?
ダル、聞いたことは？
Dyer, have you heard of it?
リフター、リフター。
Lifter, lifter.
さっきの Z プログラムにもちらっと
I think I saw it in the Z program files. Wanna Google it? Dyer opens up a browser window and enters lifter into a search engine.
おお、ヒットしてるし。
You've got hits. About 422,000 results.
こんなに？
Not
君
many?
でもないのかな？
Guess it's not a secret.
もしかしてこれじゃないか？イオンクラフト。
Could this be it? Ionocraft?
イオン、つまり電荷を持った
Ions are
電子
charged
の
particles.
意味として
The meaning matches. We click on a link that says Ionocraft Lifter. It takes us to a video. It looks like some dim garage. But it doesn't seem like anything secretive. Just a garage like you'd see in an average American home. At the center of the screen is a triangular shape made of some kind of metal. It looks about 10 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. It's connected to some kind of generator by a thin wire. It looks like some really cheap equipment. That's all there is. Nothing else. After explaining something in some language I don't understand, Russian maybe, the person filming the video slowly turns the power on. And then
あ、浮いた。
it's floating. The silvery triangle floats soundlessly into the air, then remains stationary.
反重力装置だと。
That's an anti-gravity device.
そんなのあるわけない。あったら世紀の大発見よ。
Don't be ridiculous. That'd be the breakthrough of the century.
イオンクラフトっていうぐらいだから。この場合、
It's called an ionocraft, so it probably has something to do with the electrodes and charged air. Cursor doesn't sound as confident as he usually does. We look up information on the ionocraft lifter. Lots of sites have detailed instructions on how to make lifters, but I don't know how they work. Since the sites all give conflicting theories.
そのリフターにセルンが目をつけた。そしてタイムトラベルに必要な装置として組み込んでいる。
CERN is using this lifter technology. It's a vital component of their time machine.
ミクロ得意点の質量や
If they can manipulate a microsingularity's mass and gravitational field, then these things really are anti-gravity devices.
まあそういう現
Well,
実的条件に当てはめるなら間違いじゃないかもしれない。
under those exact conditions, I guess you might not be entirely wrong. Incredible. My curiosity is growing more by the second.
でもセルンはこのリフターの調整
But it looks like CERN's having trouble adjusting their lifter.
ミクロ得意点の重力調整がうまくできていない。だから完全な裸の得意点を作れていない。
They don't have full control over the microsingularity's gravity, so they can't make a true naked singularity.
そのせいで被験者がゼリーマンになっていると見るべきだな。
That must be the reason why the subjects turned into jellymen. Curse you nuts.
裸の得意点が作れていない
Since the
のは
singularity is still close, the subject is crushed by its tremendous gravity.
突入するだけでその結果あらゆる
As a result,
フラクタル構造を持って
substances
しまう
become fractalized.
という
Let's go with that hypothesis. Of course,
実際はどうなの
there's no way to be sure that that's right.
調べるだけで
It might take some months to prove. First, shrugs her shoulders in resignation.
リフターはまだ未完成。
So, Saren's lifter is still incomplete. If Taito is telling the truth, then Sharon would complete their time machine for another 24 years.
つまり俺たちが先に電話レンジカッコ仮を完成させればセルンを出し抜くことも可能というわけだ。
We built a time machine. We may or may not have built a time machine. If we can complete the phone wave named subject to change, then we will have outwitted Saren.
規模が全然違う。それに
Time machine? That's like, yeah. We may or may not have
ないでしょ。
done that. We also may or may not have uncovered a very big conspiracy. Jerry's still out on that. The art style is very nice. I do like Steins art style. It's very unique. If we don't have half the equipment or funding Saren does, what makes you think we can solve a problem that they can't?
これは簡単に解決できる問題じゃない。
This isn't that simple.
そもそも時間移動調整や時間
Saren still hasn't figured out how to set the subject's destination in time or space.
ジェリーマンの発見時期や発見場所がバラバラなのも納得だわ。
That should be evident by how scattered the Jellyman discoveries were.
例えば地の底とか宇宙空間とかに放り出されたゼリーマンもいるかもしれない。
We don't even know if this is all of
ゼリー
them.
マン以外に
It
も
could be Jellyman buried underground or floating in space. Actually, I'm almost certain there are.
地球から何万キロも離れた宇宙空間に放り出されたらタイムトラベルしても無意味。全く実用的じゃないわ。
There's no point in traveling through time if you end up tens of thousands of kilometers away from the Earth. It's not practical at all.
可変重力ロックシステムというようなものがあるとタイターは言っていた。それによって
Hyder said he had a variable gravity lock system. You can use that to lock onto the Earth's gravity and ensure he arrives somewhere on the planet's surface.
タイターの説明はその点については曖昧だわ。
Hyder's explanation on that point was vague.
そういう機会があるというだけじゃ説明にはならない。
Hang on. So are there Jellymans drifting in space? Absolutely. Yeah, because the Earth is not always in the same place that it was. Yeah. The Earth is always like changing. So he mentioned having such a device, but he didn't explain how it worked.
でも時間移動したら同じ場所に出るだけじゃないの？
Well, if you're only moving through time, won't you just arrive in the same location?
出るわけないでしょ。
Of course not.
なんで？
Why not?
地球は常に動き続け
Because
て
the
いる。
Earth is always moving.
そう。自転と公転。
Alright, rotation and revolution. I was reading a Nikkei event, but now I'm back. Oh, there's a new Nikkei event, right? Also, I hear that their Nikkei is doing a collab with Resident Evil.
地球の自転速度は時速にしてだいたい1650キロ。
Let me get the flowchart. We're on chapter 3 now, so I need the chapter 3 flowchart. Oh no, it's not chapter 3 that's the long one. Chapter 4 is the long chapter. Okay. There we go. Yes, we are. Yes, I am still liking Steins. Realized sparkling water that my uncle gave me is slightly spiked. They make spiked sparkling water? I didn't know that. I was feeling good after every sip. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, White Claw hard seltzer. Yeah. Yeah, that has alcohol. Would also Hazen, would dumping a corpse in space count as pollution? Or that's just like improper disposal of a corpse, isn't it? Something like that. Is that a pollution? Does that if someone dumps a corpse on the side of the road, is that littering? Does that count as littering? The Earth's rotational velocity is about 1,650 meters per hour. Let me go check real quick. Its observational velocity around the sun is about 114,000 kilometers per hour. Hello, Arle. Hi. Meaning, 1 hour ago, we were that far away from where we are now. Oh. When you think about it like that, we're earth-shatteringly fast. And that's not all. The solar system is a part of the Milky Way, and the Milky Way spins like a giant whirlpool. There are various theories, but basically the Earth moves about 500 million kilometers a day. How can she roll all those numbers so smoothly off her tongue? I bet she's a genius, but it's hardly common knowledge. Has she been doing research on the topic? We've kind of gotten to a ludicrous scale. It wouldn't end up on Mars. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, maybe. No, because, like, Mars is never, like... I don't think so. Maybe. No. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, now that I think about it, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You'd be floating around close to it. We've kind of gotten to a ludicrous scale. By the way, the Milky Way is part of a large cluster of galaxies, which in itself is part of an even larger subcluster. And these clusters and superclusters might be moving too. If that's the case, we're moving even more than 50 million kilometers a day. The point is that setting the destination would require insane calculations, even if you only want to travel 1 second into the past.
手動じゃ無理だし。
Doing it by hand is impossible. It might take years for a supercomputer to come up with a solution, just to get you to the same location.
ならば仕方あるまい。タイターを探し出し、その可変重力システムを借りようではないか。
And we have no choice. We need to find Tighter and borrow his variable gravity system.
それは明暗ね。
Great idea. Go for it.
この問題について。
I wonder how Saren is dealing with this problem. After blowing me off, Kurusu goes back to reading Saren's documents. Dara and I aren't good with English, so there's nothing we can do but let her work. I think that's a good spot to end for tonight. I do have to get up a bit early tomorrow, so. I can save over this, is fine. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, tomorrow for what's it called? For Persona. Yes. As always, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all can sleep well. Yes, good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.